Okay, all right. So now you feel your breath in your lower belly. And feel how is your breathing right now. Is it deeper? Is it slower? Okay. Now before we continue, I'd like to show you all a little information about our breathing mechanisms. Okay. So I'd like to take a few share screen. Okay, so we're going to look at the anatomy of breathing. All right, can everybody see? Okay, yeah. All right, so this is our diaphragm. As you can see, we have our diaphragm sits at our lower ribs. Okay, this is the front view. And it takes a few layers, few level of ribs, and it's also attached to our middle and lower back, okay, our thoracic and lumbar. So now a lot of times our breathing, we tend to breathe wrongly, yeah. So a lot of times people like to teach us to inhale and lift our chest and tighten our shoulders, and that is very, very damaging. So we will want to go back to a natural way of breathing where we inhale, the lungs, the diaphragm expands in all 6 directions, okay? As you can see, it expands top and bottom, sideways, front and back, all right? So this is inhale. And when we exhale, going out, the diaphragm comes back up and it goes in sideways and sits back, okay? So we're going to just feel our breathing coming back to this natural technique of breathing, all right? And I'll come stop share. Okay, so what you're going to do now, you're just going to place your hands around your lower ribs here. Okay, and when you inhale, you want to feel the ribs expand in all directions. Feel it expand sideways. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Now when you hold, you want to relax your shoulders. Just sit firm. Another breath here. Do you feel it expanding? For me, my hands, I can feel it expand this way. Okay. Now, maybe place right hand in front of your heart and behind, all right? Same place. And now feel it expanding front and back. Inhale. And exhale. Okay. All right. So when we can expand front, back, and sideways, usually it will come into a natural state where we also expand top and bottom. All right. So now we're going to go even deeper. I'm going to share screen again. Next is like you are to look at this, which is our pelvic floor. Okay, so our pelvis. This is our pelvis. It sits here at the bottom, the base, holding in all our internal organs in our abdomens. So it's surrounded by our pelvic bones, and it has it supports the three holes of women and 2 for men. But it's not just supporting these organs, it is also our second diaphragm. Usually there's a third diaphragm, which is our vocal cords, but I'm not going to go into that today. Okay, so it's at the base, and we're just, when we inhale, it's going to push down, all right, because we push our air into our abdomen. So naturally, all our organs are going to push down into our lower diaphragm, which is the pelvic floor. And when we exhale, we want to feel it come back up. Okay, so only when it reaches this pelvis that our breath is complete, it's full, top to bottom, whole torso breath. Okay, so we don't have to place our hand on our pelvic floor, but we can place it around our pelvic bone and feel your breath filling inwards into our pelvis. All right, just breathe and exhale. Okay, how's that? Again, I'm sure for some of you, it's probably very easy, especially if you're in a relaxed state yourself, you've been practicing your yoga, but I'm sure most of you probably will find it somewhat, maybe not so easy to go into the state of deep breath and relaxation. And maybe some of you will feel tight in the hips, you're not able to sit comfortably, which is okay. So again, if you're not sitting comfortably, okay, support yourself. You can sit on a raised surface like a yoga block, some pillows, or towels folded up. Okay. All right. Now, for the next part, okay, we're going to stretch out. All right. So just move your shoulders. All right, so we're just going to move our shoulders, circle it backwards, and inhale, exhale. Warm our body, warm our joints. Stretch out and deepen our breath even more. Okay, now turn your head side to side, loosen up the neck. Back to center. Now interlace your fingers, stretch, reach forward and up. And we're going to take a few breaths here. Keep your elbows and shoulders separate from your ears. Push it sideways and feel your breath reach deep into your lower belly, deep into your pelvis. Exhale, lengthen spine by relaxing your joints. Inhale. Breathe in all the goodness and exhale any tensions. Exhale it out. Inhale. Exhale. One more breath. And exhale, release your hands. Okay. All right. Okay, now next I'm going to move on to our spine. Okay, so I'm going to share screen again. Okay, so our spine, as you can see, it's actually very long, starting from the cervical spine. So above the cervical spine is our head, our skull. Okay, cervical spine is in our neck and goes all the way down to our sacrum and ends around our anus area. Now, the neck area, it often holds a lot of tension for a lot of people, especially this part, which is the atlas and axis part, where the skull rests onto the spine, okay? So we want to loosen up this area, and trust me, you'll breathe better. And I'm going to guide you through a visualization and awareness for this part of our head, okay? So now just sit comfortably and inhale. Feel the throat area because our cervical spine is right behind our throat. And our throat tends to hold a lot of tension, especially if you're angry, you want to scold someone, if you have kids, or you have to talk a lot in your work. The throat feels dry and your vocal cords tensed. So you breathe in and feel your throat open up. Feel your cervical spine open up. Now we move up slightly higher. Now think about that joint between your skull and your spine. That area sits between your ears, behind your nose, behind your throat, behind your larynx. It's analogous to the back of your head. Now just visualize, think of the joint. Observe, become aware if there's any tensions that you're holding in your joint, in the neck. What do you do with it? You let go. Just breathe into the space. Allow the joints to open up. Allow the muscles to relax itself. Now become aware of how letting go of those muscles affect the muscles on your face. The muscles in your mouth. Observe how it affects your body. Does your head feel lighter? How does it affect your eye, your nose? Maybe you can feel the muscles around the bridge of your nose and your eye bags expand and open up. Maybe it's the muscles around your cheeks. Maybe it's the muscles around your jaw, your tongue even. So how it affects your shoulder. Okay. Slowly come on and open your eyes. I hope that the rest of you are also going deeper into a state of relaxation. Okay, now next we're going to work more on the spine, all right? And then we'll start to go into some yoga poses to ease out the spine and the pelvis, all right? So before we get there, again, I'm going to show you some pictures. All right, so this is part of our spine. It has many layers of muscles. Okay, so there are large muscles, like for example, these are just 3 examples of the muscles that we have. We don't need to burden you with too much facts. Okay, you just want to be aware of it, about what there are in your body, the feeling of it. Okay, so again, there are large muscles that run all the way through, up and down. And then there are shorter and also very large muscles around here, from the pelvis to your lower ribs, around the lower back. This area, usually a lot of people feel sore around this area. Oh, when you have back pain, it's always here, you feel it. But actually, there are also this tiny, tiny muscle called multifidus. All right. So these multifidus, you see it's like this, but actually it's very small. It connects from one spinal column to another, one to another, one to another. But there are many, many of it, and all these are called multifidus. So yeah, so this is again our whole spine. So as you can see, there's so many little columns, 52 of them in total. Again, it's not important to remember the facts. Just know that you have so many spinal column. Also take note of the shape, all right? So our spine is meant to curve, all right, in a certain way, in a quite a unique way. But because of this, it is not meant to be solid, all right? Our spine is not meant to be solid. It is meant to move. Why does it have so many columns? It's so that we can move in all the different ways. But because of our modern daily lifestyle where we sit a lot, sit in front of the computer, use our handphone in a certain posture, round our back, or sit on very soft sofas, or too soft beds that will affect our posture. Some people have overarching backs if they're too flexible, or they have flat back where the lumbar actually pushes to the back. Okay, so this is the front, this is the back. So sometimes you have too flat, or sometimes it's too arched. That causes a lot of pain or tension in our body. So again, take note. So these are the bones and these are the connective tissues. Just be aware that our spine is like this. There's hard areas and there's soft areas. Whenever we put too much tension into our spine, the soft areas will be pushed out. That's how we get all these problems like hernia, spinal hernia, or what they call the slip disc. Okay, so we want to let them be healthy, and so now the next thing we're going to do is we are going to work and loosen up our spine. Okay. So this is our pelvis. So just now we talked about the pelvic floor, which is here. Now around just now you also held onto your pelvic bone, which is like this, but as you can see the pelvis is very, very large. Yeah? The pelvic bone is divided into left and right, and also the sacrum. So sacrum is connected to both our spine and the pelvis. And now take note of the femur, which is our thigh, yeah? The thigh bone and the sit bone. I'm going to talk a lot about the sit bone later. So the sit bone is here. If you feel under your buttocks now where you're sitting, you feel some protruding bones, and that's your sit bone, okay? Yeah, so I'd like you to feel it right now. Just touch the buttocks, where it contacts with the floor. So if you feel that you're sitting on the sit bone, good for you. But a lot of us, we don't have a good sitting posture, and maybe you're sitting behind here, yeah, where you're rounding your back and you cannot feel your sit bone. Okay. Now the next thing is the hip joint. Okay. So the hip joint is, I'm going to talk about it later, but become aware that your hip joint is inside, deep in the center, not on the outside. Sometimes we think that the legs fall maybe somewhere higher or somewhere lower, but no, it's somewhere in the middle. Okay, and because of the false or sense of awareness, we can cause a lot of tightness in our body. Yeah, because we're not aware, we're not mindful of how our body parts. We use it the wrong way and can cause a lot of tension just by that. Okay, yeah. So again, our hip joint, where is it? It's in here. Somewhere here. It's at the fold of our joint. So when we bend our body, it's always here when we bend forward. Okay, now we sit, and our sit bone here. So very important. Our pelvis is like, I call it the bowl of our body, or even the boat of our body, because it holds up all our internal organs. And it's where we rest, where we ground ourselves, and then the spine moves upwards like the mast of a ship. Okay, and then when the mast is strong, when the spine is strong, our shoulders can relax and we can ease out a lot of tension. All right, now time to move, and now swing your legs to the back. come to all fours. If you're not familiar with yoga, all fours meaning you come onto your hands and your knees. You want your wrist to sit slightly in front, just a little bit in front of your shoulder, and your knees under your hips. Okay, you don't want to be like this. Although this is also under your shoulder, but it's a bit too narrow and can cause a lot of tension in your lower back. So walk forward slightly, and we're going to do the cat and cow, where you're going to arch and round your back. Okay, so again, now worry that you're moving your whole spine from your head to your sit bone, all right, to your pelvis, from head to pelvis, because we want to loosen up all those joints in the spine. All right. Now, because the one thing to be aware of when we are on arm support positions, yeah, a lot of the times we might relax, and this is, as you can see, I also have a bit of a hyperextended elbow, meaning the elbow is pushed back, yeah, over the joint. So if we have flexible joints like this, we want to micro bend it a little bit so that the body is not collapsed, right? It is in a strong self-supporting posture. And now also watch my ankle. So when I arch and look forward, all right, I'm going to lower my feet. And when I round my back, I will tuck my toes in. All right, I repeat this and inhale. I look forward. Exhale, tuck my toes in and look into my belly. Continue. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Now you want to really feel, especially those of you who are not in the video call, you want to check yourself. If you've not done yoga before, become aware. What are you moving and what you're not moving? Okay? Are you moving your head? Are you moving your neck? Your middle back? Okay? Your pelvis, is it involved in this whole movement? One more breath. And exhale. Okay, and come back to neutral. All right, now we're going to sit on your knees, yeah? So sitting on your knees might be difficult for some. So if you feel uncomfortable, you can place a pillow or a block under your hips and sit, okay? So place it in a height where it becomes comfortable for you. Now, we're going to do a seated cat and cow, meaning the body is going to perform the same movement with what we did just now, but just that now we're doing in a seated position. All right. Now you're going to place your fingers on your hip joint. Okay, so you fold your finger with your index finger at the fold of your hip joint and your thumb out, and you're going to fold your belly forward. When you inhale, arch your back. And exhale, round. Move your belly away from your finger. And continue. Inhale, arch. Open your shoulder. And exhale, round your back. Move your belly away. Now you also don't have to push too hard to the back. What you want is to lengthen your spine and create lots of space in your spinal joints. Between your spinal columns, you want to stretch your spine out. One more, inhale. And exhale. Come back from the inhale, arch. And exhale, neutral. Alright, now go back to being aware of our breath. Okay, so again, Place your one hand on your low belly and one hand on your chest. And feel your breath filling up these two spaces, the diaphragm and the pelvis. Right? Slowly come out. Now, if you have props, pillows, blocks, anything, place it beside you. Because next we're going to lie down and do a few poses on the floor. Okay. Okay, now first, let's come down on your back. And ease yourself by bringing your knees to your chest. And you rock side to side a little bit. If you're on a yoga mat on the floor, you feel the body massaging against the floor as well. And you breathe and feel your whole body grounding, allowing yourself to fully rest. If you're on the bed, perhaps you can feel the moment to lie down. Feel the grounding of your feet, the weight of your hips, the weight of your head relaxed. Now, gentle twists of the spine, alright? Straighten your left leg, right leg bend. You can lift your foot up 90 degrees, or you can touch it onto your knee, left knee, if you feel a bit tight in your back, yeah? So now, drop your right leg to the left, and open your right hand to the right side, and gently look towards the right side. Going to stay here for a little bit. Oops, I can't see most people now. Now, a few things to be aware of when you're lying in this twisting position. First, you want to let your shoulders relax. And then feel your back. Is it very stiff? If it hurts, then don't push your knees so hard to the floor. You can place some pillows or a block under your right knee. Or just place your foot, okay? Or just place your foot on your thigh. Pillows, bolsters, all possible. Stay there, stay in position. Feel your breath reaching deep into your hips. Very relaxed, very easy. Inhale, slowly bring your knee back to center, and exhale, rest over your legs. Take a few breaths. Ready? Do the other side. Inhale, lift your left leg up, and exhale, drop to your right. Place your right hand on your hip, on your knee, and open your left hand to the left side. Shoulder drop and relax. And this is a very basic pose that I realize after teaching for many years, a lot of people don't really do this. Although maybe once upon a time we used to do this when we wake up from bed in the morning. But when we get too busy, we just forget what to do. Left leg to your right. Observe how your weight interacts with the surface beneath you. Allow your mind to become still. Become aware of how your body feels. Okay, inhale, bring your knee back to center. And exhale, slowly slide your leg down. Relax and take a few breaths. Next pose. Alright, it's called the eye of the needle. Place your right foot on your left thigh. Bring your right hand in between both legs, going into the eye of the needle, and hold your left shin. Okay, so again, your right foot on your left thigh, right hand going in between both legs into the eye of the needle, holding your left shin. Now, some of you might be feeling a bit tight and is not able to hold this pose comfortably. So what you can do is you hold behind your thigh. All right. Now, if this is also too much for you, I know that there are some of you who have very tight legs, or maybe for people who have weight problems or injury problems, then you can also use a cloth or a yoga strap behind your thigh or on your shin. and hold. Okay, so you still get this stretch. This will stretch your glutes, your piriformis, all those muscles in your hip joint, behind, between your thigh, your buttocks, and your low back. Hold this for a little while. So today I'm not going to hold very long because a lot of you are still new to this and may not be used to this practice. Release your hands, exhale and slowly lower your feet. Uncross your right leg. Take a few breaths. And the other side. Inhale. Place with your left leg, place on the right. And bring your knees to your chest. With your left hand going in between both legs. Okay, left hand going in between both legs. Observe your head, neck, and shoulders. Are they relaxed? Is your spine rested on the floor? Is your hips grounded? Release your hand and lower your legs. Uncross your legs. Take a few breaths and relax. All right, inhale and roll yourself onto your belly. Okay, roll yourself over onto your belly. Next is the Sphinx pose. All right, place your elbows down under your shoulders and touch your elbow to measure that your elbows are not open too wide. Place your palms down, lower back, hips, legs relaxed. Okay, try to bring your body up, open your shoulders, lift up your spine, face forward. Okay, if any one of you have any problem doing this pose, let me know. You can message me, or you can speak it in voice. Because this is still mainly a passive pose, so you don't have to put in a lot of effort to lift your upper body. You want to come into a very neutral holding pose. I'm going to hold this pose a little longer. Yeah. See, this pose will gently compress the connective tissues in your joint, so that when you release, there will be an enhanced flow into those tissues. Become aware in your body. You can close your eyes. Observe your breath. Now you see, when you observe your breath and your body, you take your mind away from thoughts, from worries. Sometimes the pose can become unpleasant. When you start to feel uneasy in your body, you can ask yourself, why do you feel that way? Why do you feel that way? Why is it unpleasant? Is there an old injury? Is there a lot of tightness? What else is there? Can you exhale the tension out of your body? Exhale. Slowly lower your body down. Rest on your forehead. Take a few breaths. So this pose is very good for if you have back issues, if you have flat back especially, or some other minor lower back pain. All right, next, inhale, push yourself up to all fours, and we'll come into child's pose, okay? Child's pose, I'm sure a lot of you know this pose. So you keep your knees parallel, okay? Feet down, your toes pointing back. Sit back onto your heels and rest your belly onto the floor, your forehead onto the floor, and slide your hands to the back. Letting your shoulders melt and your hands relax behind your body, beside your feet. If you feel pain in your feet or heels, you can place pillows under your knees, or you can also roll up towels and place it under your heels. Right? Over here, under your heels, it will help you feel a bit better about your heels. If you are have weight problem or pregnant even, if you have a large belly, you can open your legs wider and rest into a wide-legged child's pose. You're going to stay here for a while and become aware of your mind and body. So the child's pose is meant to give you a sense of security because it's like a child in the womb. And it also offers a lot of blood flow into the head. You can do it any time of day when you feel very stressed or tired. It will bring you some immediate rush of blood to your head for some freshness. Slide your hands forward and push yourself up. Take a deep breath and now sit yourself down. All right. So for the child's pose, you can actually do it anywhere. If you're, let's say, in the office, you can do it seated on a chair. When you sit on a chair, just open your legs slightly and just bend forward. Make sure you slide away from your table if there isn't. Okay, drop your head, rest for a while, let your hands hang, let your shoulders hang, and when you feel more relaxed, you slowly push yourself up to sitting. Okay, all right, the last one. The last pose for today is the butterfly pose. Now, this is a yin yoga pose, so it's different from hatha yoga if you're familiar with hatha or other styles of yogas only. Okay, so again, how you start is the same. So with your feet together, slightly further away from your hips, yeah, about 1 foot distance. Drop your knees open, and if you feel your hips rolling back, yeah, just now I mentioned, you can sit on a slightly raised platform. So some people have very tight hips like this. Okay, you can sit on a raised platform. All right, Now again, also the other way, if your knees cannot drop open very much, don't push it. It's okay. We're not going to push very hard for it to go down. You want some cushion for it. You can roll up some towels. You use some pillows and just place it under your thighs, because sometimes you can't open fully and then it hurts in the hips. And we don't want it to hurt, because then you cannot relax. All right. You just want to give it some support, but with a soft material so that it can slowly open up more and more. And then you prepare some pillows or yoga block in front of you, and you inhale and exhale, you drop forward. You can rest your head onto the block or pillows. Or if you have a bolster, you can hug it. Okay, this pose is important because if you have problem with sleep, this pose will help you very much with it. Okay, it's a most recommended pose for a sleeping problem. If you cannot drop down very far, okay, you just rest your hands on the floor like this. Palm facing up usually is more relaxed because it's a surrender. Yeah, you drop the weight of your head and just let it hang. This pose opens up the meridians of your kidney and bladder. And as we know, the kidney is a seat of our adrenal glands, which makes us tense, nervous, fight or flight. And we open it up and ease it. And we sit here 2 more minutes. Observing your breath, observing your body. When your mind starts to float away, thinking about other worries, other concerns, bring yourself back to this current moment. Bring yourself back to your breath and realize that there's nothing but this very moment. Now slowly push yourself up and bring your knees back together. Hold and rest for a moment. Okay. Slowly come back. before we finish. Okay, so next I'm going to finish off with Shavasana, or if you like to sit and meditate, you can do so. And today I have a few things with me. Firstly, I have my singing bowl with me. And so have big and small singing bowl. So again, now when you want to relax, when you want to try and sleep, there's a few things that we can do, all right, that can help you. One of it is to use sound, all right. Why sound? Because sound is vibration, and actually everything is vibration. Our body, um, everything material is actually made of vibration. Molecules, atoms are vibration, and the vibration of certain sounds can bring us back into equilibrium, back into balance, back into our natural state. And one sound that we can produce ourselves is the or the humming sound. Okay, so this humming sound will help us bring our mind and body back into balance. So you can also try that for 5 minutes if you want. If you're tense, you can do the humming for 5 minutes. All right. Today, I'm also going to use a singing bowl, and also I brought in my friend today. She's called Pei-Ling, and she is going to share with us later a bit of her instruments called the lyre, the Celtic lyre. Yeah. Can you show us your lyre, Pei-Ling?
Hello,
Okay.
everyone.
Hello, everyone. So this is a mini lyre. So she's going to play and hopefully help you feel in tune into how your body reacts to the sound of it. Okay. Okay. All right. So now bring yourself into a restful position. Testing. Take a deep breath and relax. Again, you can sit or lie down as you please. And allow your body to respond to the sounds, to the vibrations of these instruments, and let your mind clear. Any thoughts, feelings, or sensations that arise, observe and let it pass. Inhale, rub your fingers and wiggle your toes. Roll your head side to side if you're lying down. Rub your palms together to warm them and place it over your eye, over your ears, over your throat, and over your heart. And take a moment to give love to yourself fully. And feel the peace and calm as within you. And let it expand through the universe to all around you. Inhale, stretch your arms over your head, feet together. Take a deep, long breath. Exhale through your mouth. Another one, if you feel like it. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale, bring your knees to your chest. Roll side to side. And roll to your side to come up to sitting. Take a moment and raise your arms up. Place your palms together to your heart. And thank yourself for giving yourself this time This wonderful time to bring yourself back into peace, back into yourself, into mindfulness, and allow yourself to heal. And thank you so much for attending. Namaste.